Tensions erupt as Trump orders troop surge in Los Angeles amid widening unrest. The ongoing unrest in Los Angeles has taken a dramatic turn as former President Donald Trump ordered a fresh deployment of National Guard, troops and Marines to the city late Monday. The move comes in response to escalating demonstrations and civil disorder, sparking fierce backlash from local leaders and military veterans.
The biggest change from that statement is we have an incompetent governor. So I talked about governors, but I didn't talk about he's an incompetent governor. Look at the job he's doing in California. He's destroying one of our great states. And if I didn't get involved, if we didn't bring the Guard in, and we would bring more in if we needed it, because we have to make sure there's going to be law and order. You had a disaster happening, and they now admit it was a disaster. I watched the chief yesterday, who's a good man, by the way, and he said, well, we're lucky we did this because they were overwhelmed. You saw what was happening. So we did the right thing. Everybody agrees to that. But you have a governor who let the city burn down, didn't want water to be sent down to him. I sent billions of gallons of water. I wanted to do it in the first term. He wouldn't do it over, I don't know, they have environmental reasons, but there were no environmental reasons. I think it's just a political philosophy. But it's lucky for the people in Los Angeles and in California that we did what we did. We got it just in time. It's still simmering a little bit.
He's a tough guy. Why doesn't he do that? He knows where to find me. But you know what? Lay your hands off 4-year-old girls that are trying to get educated. Lay your hands off these poor people who are just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes, been here 10 years. The fear, the horror, the hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me, let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community, I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up, they need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
Trump versus Newsom, a war of words. The decision triggered an immediate political firestorm, particularly from California Governor Gavin Newsom, who blasted Trump's order as dictatorial and reckless. Newsom warned that the deployment of Marines could violate constitutional boundaries, threatening legal action if federal troops are not withdrawn.
This is about authoritarian tendencies. This is about command and control. This is about power. This is about ego. My way or the highway. This is a consistent pattern of practice, of recklessness. This guy has abandoned the core principles of this great democracy. He's threatening to go after judges he disagrees with, cut off funding to institutions of higher learning. He's on a cultural binge. He's rewriting history, censoring historical facts. I mean, this is something completely different.
If they spit, we will hit, Trump said during a press briefing, reinforcing his hardline stance.
And when that happens, I have a little statement. They say, they spit, we hit. And I told them, nobody's going to spit on our police officers. Nobody's going to spit on our military, which they do as a common thing. They get up to them this far away and then they start spitting in their face. That happens, they get hit very hard.
On the unrest, in response, Governor Newsom fired back, "Grow up. This isn't a war zone. It's our state." Legal showdown.
Where's your decency, Mr. President? Stop. Rescind this order. It's illegal and unconstitutional. And I said it, I'll say it again, it's immoral. You're creating the conditions that you claim you're solving, and you're not. And you're putting real people's lives at risk. This is a serious moment, and it requires serious leadership. And it's time for you to be a commander-in-chief of the United States of America. And I will have your back if you want to work in a relationship of trust and truth in the spirit of our founding fathers.
Looms. Newsom has hinted at filing a lawsuit to halt what he calls an unauthorized and provocative deployment of military personnel. A former National Guard officer also weighed in, calling the move unnecessary and inflammatory.
We didn't need the National Guard. Why on earth? What are they going to do? Do you know what the National Guard is doing now? They are guarding two buildings. They're guarding the federal building here in downtown, and they're guarding the federal building in Westwood. That's what they're doing. So they need Marines on top of it? I don't understand that. That's why I feel like we are part of an experiment that we did not ask to be a part of.
The governor further rebuked Trump's calls for his arrest, labeling them unhinged and claiming the former president is more focused on political grandstanding than public safety. Unrest continues across Los Angeles. Scenes from the city show protesters clashing with law enforcement, neighborhoods gripped by tension, and a city struggling to restore calm. The demonstrations, rooted in opposition to federal immigration policies, have grown in both size and intensity in recent days.
Some of the things you're reading about in Los Angeles, thank goodness we sent out some wonderful National Guard. They've really helped, and a lot of problems they were having out there. They were afraid to do anything, and we sent out the troops, and they've done a fantastic job. So I want to thank them very much.
Despite Trump's assertion that the National Guard is bringing order, many residents and leaders argue the troop presence has only escalated tensions. What's next? As the standoff between federal and state authorities intensifies, Angelenos brace for what could be a pivotal week in U.S. civil-military relations. The coming days may see legal challenges, increased protest activity, and further political escalation between state and federal leadership. Stay tuned for live updates as this story continues to develop across Los Angeles.